Breaking news mga kababayan, Senador Marcoleta nag-viral po dahil po dito sa interview sa international ng RT ng Russia. Ito po, ang usapin nila, Supreme Court of Philippines stated that impeachment of BP is unconstitutional. Ito po mga kababayan ang pahayag ni Senador Marcoleta. Senador Rodante Marcoleta's interview on RT International World News. Grabe ito mga kababayan. Viral na viral po siya. Panoorin po natin paano minani-mani ang interview dito. Nagulat ang palasyo. Nagulat si Tito Soto. Nagulat si Paloma. Nagulat si Pinky. At talagang dito, sobrang talino ni Senador Marcoleta para lang ngumunguya ng bubble gum na talagang easy cupcake ito mga kababayan. Kung iba-iba ito, nga. Pero si Senador Marcoleta, itinayo ang bandila ng Pilipinas. Grabe ang English niya mga kababayan. Ito po, pakinggan po natin paano sinagot ng matalino ni Senador Marcoleta ang RT International News. Nag-viral po siya dito. Pakinggan po natin mga kababayan ko. Magugulat kayo dito.
To a senator from the Philippines, Rodante Marcoleta. Many thanks for joining us on the program today. Now, of course, we know it's a complex relationship between China and the Philippines. I'm wondering how should your nation's government respond to China's rescue of Filipino sailors in the South China Sea and what it means, what this whole incident really means for humanitarian cooperation during these ongoing maritime tensions?
Good afternoon, Moscow. Good afternoon, Nikki. First of all, I'd like to say that I believe my country is very grateful in being able to save lives from the distressed fishermen in the South China Sea. I, for one, would like to extend how grateful my country is and its people for doing that.
And does the resumption of political dialogue between the Philippines and China signal a de-escalation, do you think, in the West Philippine Sea tensions? Or is this simply a procedural reset ahead of the ASEAN-China Code of Conduct talks?
As a matter of fact, our Department of Foreign Affairs is the one which initiated the de-escalation of the growing tension between our two countries in the light of the most recent action taken by the Philippine Senate, which sought to condemn the public statements made by the Chinese embassy very lately in response to some of the discussions and the display of negative memes or caricatures by the spokesperson of our Philippine Coast Guard, which to me is not right.
Yeah, I'd like to ask you also about the Supreme Court of the Philippines stating that the impeachment of Vice President Sara Duterte was unconstitutional. What do you think about the impeachment in the first place, and why are there repeated attacks on the Vice President, do you think?
The decision of the Supreme Court is correct. As a matter of fact, I was the one who initiated the defense of Vice President Sara in connection with the impeachment complaint filed by the House of Representatives. It was based purely on the categorical decision made by the Supreme Court that in the first place, the impeachment complaint was unconstitutional. It was void ab initio. That the Senate never gained jurisdiction over it, and it was made self-executory. And because of that, we stood our ground on the basis of the position taken by the Supreme Court, and I thought that we should dismiss outright that initiative taken by the House of Representatives.
O, kita nyo mga kababayan, pahiya si Paloma dito, pahiya si Dilima, pahiya si Trillanes, pahiya si Hontiveros, lahat ng mga tangalista, bobolista, tagalista, tangalista, dinaliligulista. Napahiya lahat mga kababayan, pati itong si Tito Soto na galing-galingan na sabi nga ni Panelo na dating legal advisor ni Tatay Digong, ignorance of the law is no excuses to no one. Ignorante sa batas, walang alam. Kaya si Senador Marcoleta, yari sila dito mga kababayan, international ito. Paano kung si Tito Soto ang na-interview? Di nga ito, sabi ng mga komento.
And how does this ruling affect the Vice President's ability to carry out her mandate?
Well, I think the Vice President has been vindicated because while the House of Representatives filed a motion for reconsideration, our expectation was proven right because I personally said that given the nature of that kind of decision, it is very hard to reverse that decision. It was unanimous. Not even one member of the Supreme Court reversed himself. And I think the Vice President is very, very happy in said direction.
And so what do you believe is most important for the country to focus on after this chapter has closed?
We should focusing more on reviving our economy and to stop corruption, like what we have proven very, very recently that our treasury was looted by people who are supposed to protect the national treasury, and the people are disgusted, the people are tormented, and they are not happy. They're actually angry and are looking at our leadership for accountability and transparency. Somebody should make to account on this, and this is the only way we should grow. People observing us, like the international community, the investors, as well as our multilateral or international creditors are responding rationally. They're looking at us, seeking some progress and maybe waiting whether or not we will be able to recover from these doldrums.
According to a new poll, 6 in 10 Filipinos distrust China and view it as the greatest threat to your nation. So how can the cooperation you promote be possible given such public opinion? And to what extent are the people in the Philippines actually ready for a potential compromise?
Because our people are not yet well informed about the complexity of the South China Sea. I think in being able to educate them on our exact position, today many Filipinos are still not able to understand that our claim to the exclusive economic zone is only maritime rights. These are only sovereign rights. But some quarters in our country are saying that our maritime rights is equivalent to territory. This is something that they do not understand. We need to grow. We need to educate more of our people so that they will be able to be informed about the complexity of the situation. And only by doing that they will understand that we need not to quarrel with anybody. We need not take sides with anybody because
Ayan mga kababayan ko, 'di ba? Pati West Philippine Sea, supalpal po sila Kiko dito. Sila Pampilo Lacson dito. Si Tito Soto, 'di ba, sabi niya dito, it is sad day for constitutional law. Isipin niyo mga kababayan, malungkot daw na araw sa mga constitutional law. Mga nag-aaral, mga profesor, mga graduate ng nag-aral ng abogasya. Malungkot daw mga kababayan, akala mo nag-aaral ito. Kaya sabi nga ni Panelo mga kababayan, ito po ang sabi ni Senador Panelo, nasupalpal din itong si Tito Soto. Mukhang ang ibig sabihin ni Tito Soto ay ignorance, overreach. Ayan mga kababayan ko, matindi po ito. Ito po siya, yung original. Palagay ko, ibig sabihin ni Soto, ignorance, overreach. Hindi ka abogado. Huwag kang magmagaling pumasok sa teritoryo ng mga abogado. Huwag mong ipakita ang pagka-ignorante mo. Grabe. Ignorante ka nga. Nilalagpasan mo pa ang pagka-ignorante mo kay ignorance overreach ang tawag doon. Tumigil na kayo. Ito ang sabi ni Attorney Panelo. Kaya ngayon mga kababayan, supalpal itong si Tito Soto dito.
Because I think international relations is not a zero-sum game.
And you've been critical of the Philippines' growing military alignment with the United States. Why do you believe closer ties with Washington make the Philippines more vulnerable?
Because with the perception that China is our enemy, I don't think that will help us. I would admit that historically, America is our friend. As a matter of fact, historically, America is our ally. But that does not make China our own enemy. We need to be friend to both nations, especially their two superpowers. That is the only way to exist in our part of the world.
Alam niyo mga kababayan, totoo ito. Hindi kailangang kalabanin ng China. Kailangan na kaibigan natin ang China at Amerika.
A number of lawmakers in the Philippines have said that the American operation in Venezuela, which of course resulted in President Nicolas Maduro being abducted to the US to face charges, has left the Philippines compromised and exposed to double standards. What's your take on that?
To a certain extent, yes, because let's give an example. Recently, a resolution is now being considered in the Senate, and the 15 signatories of that resolution were condemning China's aggression and China's public statements. But more than half of them were unable or failed to consider and even condemn the actions taken by the United States in abducting President Maduro of Venezuela. So there's a double standard here.
And my final question, if I may, in your view, I'd like to know how you think Philippine foreign policy should be shaped in light of all these shifting geopolitical realities.
We should not go that far, Nikki. You know, our constitution always talks about independent foreign policy. That's always be the case. Our direction should always be pursued along that line. We need not take sides. Our friendship can be maintained with anybody, but we should not take sides because everybody is a friend. We are not foe to one. We're friends to everyone and foe to none. That should have been the case from the start and until whenever.
Thank you very much for your time today. It's been a pleasure speaking to you. We've been talking to Philippine Senator Rodante Marcoleta. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day.
Ayan mga kababayan ko, nakita nyo po paano minani-mani ang interview. English po ito mga kababayan, pero pag iba-iba ito, si BBM, nako. Baka ganun na naman ang sagot. Mga kababayan, nako, baka si Tito Soto baka nga aabutin nito. Aabutin ng nga nito. O ito po mga kababayan, anong sinasabi ng mga komento dito? Ito po, pakinggan po natin ito mga kababayan ko. Magugulat po kayo dito sa mga komento. Ito po, pagtiyagaan po natin ito. Ito na ang mga komento. Mga kababayan, legit na legit talaga ito. Magugulat kayo dito sa mga komento ng mga kababayan natin. Ito po. Talagang Marcoleta, the best ka. Pang Vice President. Pang Vice President ang datingan mo. Isa ka talaga sa mga idolo namin, sabi ng mga tao. Grabe ka, Marcoleta. Pang international ang dating mo, sabi ng mga tao, mga kababayan ko. Ibang klase, pag iba-iba yan, puro na naman ang sagot. Mga kababayan ko, ito ang sagot ng mga tao. Ito na. Mga kababayan, ito po ang sabi. Legit talaga si Marcoleta. Not like Soto, walang alam kundi impeachment. Sabi ni Hannah D. Acato, very clear answers. Senator Marcoleta, imagine if BBM is the one being interviewed. Abada, abidi. Mga kababayan, ang lupit. Well said, articulate and sharp. I like the idiom. It's not zero-sum game. Sabi ni Juan Santos, hahaha, baka Marcoleta yan. Kaya sagutin ni BBM yan. Baka abadi, abada. Parang favorite siyang ni-interview ng international media. Why? Simply because he's credible and brilliant. Nakaka-proud po kayo, Senador Marcoleta. Parang pang BP sa 2028. Baka legit attorney at lawyer. Hindi gaya ni Tito Soto, bulakbul yan. Finally, they interviewed a person who is incredible than those posing as political analysts. Ayan o. Kung si BBM gid interview, Diyos ko, abada. Ayan na interview ni Diyos ko, mag-rap na po to, dep. As a constitutional law student, I agree that the Philippines has maritime rights and does not automatically considered as territorial rights. Sabi ni Joseph Oida, try nyo Anti-Claire interviewin. Sabi ni Ray Hart, we love this that they given a chance to not anti-Duterte resource speakers being interviewed. Good job for this channel. I hope they invite again Senator Marcoleta, and then on the other side, perhaps from the camp of the pro-oligarchs. Iba talaga pag matalino ang ini-interview, walang maraming pasikot-sikot, direct to the point agad. Ganyan sana lahat ng spokesperson matalino at siguradong sagot. Well said, Senador Marcoleta. It's a meaty interview. Walang unnecessary tao ang iwi. Yung i-interviewin ang bangag, babababa, bebe, bobo. Senator Marcoleta, we are proud of you. Sabi ni Colette Kalikot Palalabs. Monster Bean, you know that foreign policy is that kung si Kwan ini-interview. Kung si Marcos ang ma-interview, tatawa lang yan. Thanks, Senator Marcoleta. You are my Vice President 2028. Dennis Felicidelda Felias. If that was the Marcos being interviewed, the answer will always be that, and the det. Mga kababayan, yari sila dito kay Senador Marcoleta. Eto po. While the mainstream media outlets in the home nation keep snubbing him because he does not according to the narratives they push, here are international news outlets who kept interviewing him because of his objectivity. Way to go, Mr. Senator. Foreign mainstream media looking in from the outside, see who's credible and who's makes sense to interview. Filipinos' strength and resilience are articulated by Senator Marcoleta as expected. Joan Jalandoni Briones. Territory rights versus maritime rights. The simple mind will need for future changes. He talks real and practical answer. Salute, Sir Marcoleta. His talks will manage good perception worldwide. Nako po mga kababayan, yari sila ka dito. Matindi po ang pasabog ni Senador Marcoleta. Mga kababayan ko. Kita nyo po, 97,000. Matindi po itong balitang ito. Anong masasabi ng mga dilawan bangagan dito? Makikita nyo naman sa tindi ng mga pasabog na ito Nayari ang mga bangagan dito. Tignan nyo mga kababayan. 10K shares, 1.5 million views. Mga kababayan. Anong masasabi nyo dito? Yari na. Yari na sila mga kababayan. So kung umabot ka sa bidyong ito, maaaring i-like, i-share at subscribe ang ating YouTube channel. Good job, Senador Marcoleta. Nayari si Tito Soto. Nagulpi. Sarado. Baka pag si Tito Soto ma-interview dap parang si Meme M daw dap ganun lagi sagot pag si Senador Marcoleta pang Vice President ang sagot. Good job, mabuhay ka Senador Marcoleta. Mamalaki ka namin. ng mga Pilipino, hindi gaya ng mga dilawan, tangalista, bobolista. Puro pangkagancho ang ginagawa. Sabi ng mga tao, ng mga komento, galit na galit. Pero kay Senador Marcoleta, mabuhay ka. Pang Vice President ang datingan mo. Okay po? I-komento ang inyong mga saloobin, reaction dito, mga komento. Salamat po sa inyo, mga kababayan. For transparency, for a better democracy, mabuhay po.